Hello, welcome to Astronomy. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me to let me tell you a little bit about this elective course that I get to teach this year. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lara Bell. I'm an Earth and Space Science teacher here at North High School. So in addition to the astronomy class, I also teach a dynamic Earth science course. In the astronomy, we talk a little bit about what's out there beyond the Earth's atmosphere. In my Earth science classes, we talk more about what's inside the atmosphere and the rest of the Earth system. This is my 26th year teaching in District 303. So I taught at St. Charles High School back when there was just one school. And then I came here to North when North opened. So I have been teaching at North since we opened the school. Um, I have a degree in geology and secondary education from Wheaton College, which is just down the road, and a master's degree from Aurora University. I also have a secondary concentration in physics, which is part of how I ended up teaching the astronomy classes, that kind of combination between Earth systems and the physics piece of that. Um, you can see there on the screen is my email address. So if you need to get in touch with me at any point, my full name is Larissa. So when you type in the email address, you need that full name in there. And then also you can see my phone number there on the screen. If you need to contact me for any reason, questions, concerns, sharing information with me, either of those methods work. And I will get back to you as soon as I can once I've gotten your message. In terms of course goals for the astronomy course, our biggest goal is to help students get a better understanding of the universe around us. Um, the the things that we're learning about the universe are kind of amazing right now. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but it's a really, really exciting time to be able to be learning about what we know about what's out there beyond our little bubble. And we'll be using some of our scientific processes as we do that, communicating scientifically, thinking critically, doing some problem solving, some experimental inquiry, those kinds of things as we study about the universe. So I'm excited about that opportunity to help students grow in those skills as well as to learn about the universe. There are three major units of study that we'll be talking about in astronomy. Astronomy is only a semester-long course. It's an elective. Only juniors and seniors can take the course. So we have a little bit of a shorter period of time to get through some things, but really get to study some interesting things. So the first thing we talk about is light, and how light helps us learn about the universe, helps us learn about the formation of the universe and about the things that are out there. So you can see from the graphs that are there, we talk a lot about things like the colors of stars and what that tells us about the temperature of the star and what they're made out of. We talk about black holes and supernovas and constellations and how we use telescopes to help us with those things. All of that is in the first unit that we start with. How do we know what's out there when we can't go out there and visit all of those places that we're learning about? Our second unit of study is about the places that we are able to visit. We study our exploration of the universe. Um, Primarily, this has to do with our exploration of our solar system. So we talk about the major space missions, both manned and unmanned. We take a look at rocket design and how rockets work a little bit, and some of the exciting new pieces of equipment that are going up. We should see the launch of the James Webb Telescope, hopefully in November, December this year. So it'll be exciting to see that. So we talk all about kind of the history of that, where we're at in the midst of that, and have students do some experiments with rockets and rocket design in that part of the course. Our last unit of study has to do with our solar system, so sort of our neighborhood close to home. We talk about our sun, the planets that are orbiting the sun along with us, and then we spend some time focused on the search for life in our solar system. Right now, planet Earth is the only place we know of where life exists, but scientists are actively looking for it in other places, not only in our solar system, but also in other planets that orbit other stars. But the search for life here in our solar system was pretty exciting in terms of probes that are going out and the rovers that are running around on Mars looking for things. And so we'll talk a lot about what we're looking for and what scientists consider to be the conditions that would be conducive for life on other planets or on moons in some cases around orbiting around other planets. In terms of how we'll be grading or assessing students' learning during the semester, roughly split in half between the things that we do on a daily basis and then our end summative kind of evaluating the total learning at the end kind of assessments. So we have 5% of the grade that'll be homework, things that I ask students to do independently and come back to class having taken a look at or attempted to learn on their own. About 35% formative, so small quizzes, journal entries, lab activities that we're doing. And then our summative unit assessments and projects are about 40%, and then the semester exam is 20% of the grade. So kind of the idea that we're assessing along the way as we're learning, with some opportunities for revision and retaking of some of those quizzes, so that by the time we get to the sort of big assessments at the end of the unit, we've already kind of got it all in place. And so that's why those are a little bit weighted more heavily at the end of the unit. I am excited about this year and the opportunity to help students learn about our universe. And it's exciting to me to be able to share what I know with students and encourage them to learn more. As I mentioned, we're learning all kinds of new things about space at this point. To illustrate that point, you take a look at the slide that's there. When I was graduating from college, we had the picture that you see there in 1996 of Pluto. That was the best that we had. You can't really tell a whole lot about that planet, dwarf planet, from that picture. Then in 2005, we got a little bit of a better image. You can see actually Pluto and its largest moon separated into two smaller. You can see there's actually two objects there. And it wasn't until 2015, just 6 years ago, that we actually got the image that you see there of Pluto from the New Horizons mission. So even something as close to us as our own solar system, we are learning so much more about as we get better technology and we get more of these exploratory missions going on out there. So excited about the new things that we can learn together, but also just share with students the things that we already know about the universe. So I'm excited for the year. I hope that the students will be too as we go throughout and talk about some of the things that we can learn throughout this year. Again, if you have questions, concerns, please feel free to email or call me. Love to talk with you. Otherwise, thanks so much for spending a little bit of time with me, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks. Bye-bye.